Join me in my experiment, going live on TikTok every single weekday for 2 weeks and seeing if it has an impact on my following.
It's just a start,
Summer is often a time where social media channels grow least, and I've noticed this massively on my own TikTok account especially, where I have grown very little since about May, June, and I got tired of that, and I thought I want to be able to establish a more direct connection with my audience, with the people that regularly watch my videos anyways already, and maybe, show them a different side of myself, make us have a more person-to-person connection that, you can only have to a very small degree through just commenting. So every weekday, for 2 weeks, except on Tuesdays because I have lessons on that day, I went live, which means that I did 8 lives. I started out with 3,660 followers, and I ended up with the first live has been done. But it was a really good live. I got almost 10,000 likes. It was a lively chat going on throughout the entire thing, and it was really fun. So that means within 2 days of just doing lives, I have already gained 15 followers or something like that. The live on Monday done, so we've been doing lives for a week now, and I now have 3,731 followers. I did another 1.5 hour live today. I just finished, it's a little bit after 9, and I am really looking forward to my evening now, to be honest, because I'm already a little bit tired. I now have 3,755 followers. It's growing pretty quickly, isn't it? Another TikTok live finished. We're now at 3,783 followers. Feels like they're really growing very well. Also today at some point I had like 60 or 70 people listening to me at once. I've never had that many before. I think my peak was something with 30 or potentially 40 before, and now it was a lot. Friday completed. That's me checking out for this week. And you will see tomorrow me telling you a little bit more about all of this. And I ended up with 3,800 followers. It's very simple math, 140 followers in the span of under 2 weeks. Now, have I had times in which I've grown a lot more than that through just my videos? Yes, definitely. Have I also still posted videos during that time? Yes, I did post a video every single day, and there were a few videos where I got a few followers. In the span of these 2 weeks, I probably only gained like 10 to 20 followers just through my videos. There were 2 videos that did pretty well, but a lot of videos, even if they do well and get a lot of views and likes and comments, don't necessarily equate to people subscribing. That has been a big thing for me all throughout July especially, but also partially in June, where I have had some videos that have done really well, but people still haven't really subscribed. So I thought maybe I'll try out the TikToks. And also, summer is the time when social media always grows least. People in the Northern Hemisphere, which is not solely, but to a large part my audience, they have their summer holidays. They go on holidays to different countries. They do their own thing. They're not on social media as much because the weather is often nice, and it has been very nice in Europe, especially over the last month, honestly. That means that people have been focusing more on their own lives and less on social media. So I knew that I wanted to see a little bit of growth again. My channel grew immensely throughout the rest of this year already. I started the year with about 1,500 followers, and in like half a year I had 3,000 followers. So I would say 2024 so far has definitely been a year of immense growth. But I thought that during the summer months, first of all, I can keep some momentum going, and second of all, I can connect with my audience. Third of all, I can practice my performances. Thing is, I am a singer. So what I do in these lives is talk about music related things. A lot of that is BTS related, and people know that when they click on my live because it's in the title. So I chat a lot with ARMY. I have ARMY that show up regularly by now to my lives, And it's a really good time. And I do covers, so people can do requests. Sometimes I play one of my own songs too. Sometimes people request one of my own songs by now. And a lot of people discover that I have my own music through that. Like, they didn't know it before. They thought I just did covers. And then I talk about my own music and they're like, oh, you make your own music? You write your own music? And in the span of like the past week-ish, I have gained, I think, 4 or 5 new followers on Spotify. I am still very small on Spotify. And now I have definitely gained a little bit more attention for my own music through that. And people have been commenting more on my videos, on every single video that I post. There's new people commenting because new people have found me through my lives. In Go Live, you can slowly build a following and build an audience that really comes regularly. That doesn't mean they will show up every day, but many of them have showed up or tried to show up at least once or twice a week. And it's been really fun. It's been really amazing. I feel much more connected to my audience like this. I see them as fellow people, whereas before they are often just little dots with pictures that write little sweet comments to me. Seeing them be more human and having interactions with them in real time, even if it's not face to face, of course, is a completely different thing. Also, it really benefited me to just do spontaneous covers. I am good at playing the guitar. I'm not great, but I'm good at playing the guitar. So I can play almost anything if the chords that I find online are right. They aren't always, even if you try out different versions. But it was good for me to really just sit there and sing. And it was also really, really good for me that occasionally I will mess up. Not just with the guitar, but occasionally like my voice will crack or something like that will happen. And I'm like, now that I've seen it, it's been like, this is no big deal. It happens to every single person. Every single singer occasionally has a voice crack or their voice doesn't sound as good in a high note or in a low note. For me, I remember it was a situation, I was singing a Taylor Swift song that goes up really high in a fairly chesty voice, and my voice was tired on that day. I'd already done a lot of singing. It was towards the end of the session, and my voice kind of cracked. It was not great. I was like, I'm so sorry, people. I'll just need to drink a sip of water, and I did. And they were like, oh my gosh, your voice is tired. Please take care of yourself. They were so nice about it, and I did sing that section of the song again, so they could have a good final impression, and it worked fine the second time. But it made me realize that making mistakes in front of people is also not a big deal. It will make them see you as more human and humane and flawed and imperfect, but also through that more approachable, more real. Because I've also had a few comments that were like, are you really singing this live? It doesn't sound like you're singing it live. Because certain songs that I know very well, I can sing very well. So I'm very happy that I got to learn some things through this experience. Will I continue this? Yes. I will at least try to do 3 to 4 lives for the next few weeks and see how that goes. I'm really enjoying it. I am really appreciating this connection and really building a proper following, what we as artists call super fans. And I wouldn't necessarily call the people super fans because I don't really think of anyone that I have as a fan. I think of them more as people who like listening to what I have to say or things I have to sing. Eventually, maybe people will become fans, but I don't really quite see that happening yet. I like to think of it more as community and just people that like spending time with each other. And sometimes that means people go and listen to my music on Spotify or Apple Music. Other times they don't. They were there for the life, and that's perfectly fine too. You do you. You do what works for you best. So my verdict, was it worth it? Yes. Was it time intensive? Yes. I spent 4 nights a week sitting in front of the camera and doing covers and talking for 1 to 1.5 hours each. I will keep going, and maybe at the end of August I will, or at the end of September, depending on how long I want to draw this experiment out, and keep reporting on it. I mean, I will maybe do an update and see how my numbers have changed if you're interested. Can I recommend going live and going live regularly to grow your audience? Absolutely. 10 out of 10. If you have 1,000 followers and you can go live and you have something to do during your lives, do it. Do it. Definitely, 100%. You will gain something from it. If you're watching this and you have a TikTok channel, do you already have 1,000 followers so you could go live? That's me for today. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.